Has everybody gotten their popcorn out? Because this is getting good. Okay, today on the Angela Box Show, Ratcliffe drops a bomb on the deep state over the weekend. All of a sudden, you guys, since Ghislaine Maxwell spoke, the Democrats don't seem to be that interested in getting to the bottom of Epstein anymore. It's so weird. And then we're going to talk about Congresswoman Ratchet, aka Jasmine Crockett, who is so feeling herself, and I am here for it, y'all. And then NPR goes and begs for money on Bluesky. It's chef's kiss. So stick around for all that today on the Angela Box Show.
Hello, my name is Angela Box.
Okay, over the weekend, John Ratcliffe paid a visit to Maria Bartiromo's show. She's so great. I love her. And he basically let it be known that the deep state, you think you can rest easy. You think that the statute of limitations has run out on your treasonous, seditious conspiracy. Think again. So all these people that think they might have skated because of statute of limitations, there is no statute of limitations on treason or seditious conspiracy. And Radcliffe let it be known that the conspiracy continueth to this day, ladies and gentlemen. And Barack Obama, who thinks he might be in the clear, is not going to be in the clear. And I love that President Trump is like basically making Obama feel okay right now. He's basically saying, hey, Obama may not get wrapped up in this because, Supreme Court decision that says presidents have immunity. And Obama's like, whew, I'm in the clear. And it's like, I don't think, again, Trump does not say things willy-nilly, and I do not think that he thinks that Barack Obama's in the clear. I think that what's going to happen is this. Trump is going to, say, it's come to my attention that Obama and these people are committing treason, and, I didn't know, but there is no statute of limitations for treason. And if you commit illegal acts as president, you don't have immunity for that. So that's what's coming, ladies and gentlemen. And the Democrats who want to deny reality and want to pretend that this isn't happening, putting their fingers in their ears and la 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 la, and don't want to acknowledge this is going on whatsoever. Which, if you want any more evidence of this, of Democrats being in collusion with these terrible people, look no further than what CNN did the other day with Donald Trump going to Scotland and basically saying, oh, Bill Clinton and Larry Summers flew to Epstein Island like a bunch of times. Does anyone want to talk about that? And literally, Wolf Blitzer cut that clip. I'm going to play that real quick.
And by the way, I never went to the island, and Bill Clinton went there supposedly 28 times. I never went to the island, but Larry Summers, I hear, went there. He was the head of Harvard. And many other people that are very big people. Nobody ever talks about them. I never had the privilege of going to his island. And I did turn it down, but a lot of people in Palm Beach were invited to his island. In one of my very good moments, I turned it down. I didn't want to go to his island. Yeah.
President Trump says he never visited Jeffrey Epstein's private island. Listen.
I never had the privilege of going to his island. And I did turn it down, but a lot of people in Palm Beach were invited to his island. In one of my very good moments, I turned it down. I didn't want to go to his island.
So yeah, the fake news media is all in on this. Obviously, they're in on this. Obviously, they're in on trying not to talk about this because they were in on it. They were complicit in it. And I wonder when at some, if you go on Bluesky, which I'm going to talk about later in the video. Bluesky is a left-wing echo chamber cesspool of cat ladies and fat transgenders and white liberal women and people screaming about ICE and people just completely in denial about everything that's going on, like everything that's going on. At some point, though, these people, whether they are MSNBC viewers, CNN, people that read the Washington Post, et cetera, they're going to wake up one day and be like, how come all of my outlets are being sued into oblivion? Oh, could it be because they were complicit in the Trump-Russia collusion hoax? Yeah, I think that's what we're going to come to find out. So on that note, one low-level person who's having a bad week, and I say low level relatively speaking, Peter Strzok. Remember Peter Strzok, that little demon? That little devil when he gave his little smirk when he was testifying? Peter Strzok decided it'd be a good idea and not suspicious at all. Y'all, this is how freaked out these people are, okay? Even though it looks completely suspicious, Peter Strzok decided it'd be a good idea to wipe his Twitter. Just delete all of his posts. And for good measure, Peter Strzok goes on the Wayback Machine, which, if you don't know what that is, excuse me, is it's like a internet time capsule. Whether you delete something or not, it's not ever gone. He goes to the Wayback Machine and he somehow figures out a way, or someone told him how. That's probably what happened. How to delete everything from that also. But if like, you don't think they already have it? Like, what has Trump always said, ladies and gentlemen? We have it all. We've caught them all. So who's going to start singing first? And I dare say there will not be any deals. There will be no plea deals because they're going to have all these people dead to rights. And it's going to be absolutely fantastic. And it's not even so much that they're going to have all of them. It's, my question is, when are when is the average leftist going to realize he's been lied to? When is the average leftist going to realize that it's all connected, whether we're talking about the Trump-Russia collusion hoax or COVID or the 2020 election or anything related to Donald Trump? When are they going to figure out that they've been lied to? I dare say never. Okay, because these people are dumb and they are arrogant, and it's going to be a very, very difficult pill for these people to swallow. So I don't know. It's getting good, ladies and gentlemen. It's getting good. And on the Ghislaine Maxwell note, it's funny. It's all of a sudden they don't seem to be interested in wanting to talk about Jeffrey Epstein anymore. They're like, oh, if Ghislaine Maxwell gets a pardon, this is gonna be terrible. And you can't believe a word she says. Like Daily Beast last week was, poo-pooing it, and The Guardian out of the UK is poo-pooing it. And I don't think she should get a pardon, but she wants to make a deal. Let's let her make a deal, especially if what she's saying can be backed up with facts, which I'm telling you guys, it can be. Okay. They have everything. Okay. Ghislaine Maxwell is just going to connect some dots for the Trump administration. All right. And it bears repeating that they don't want to tell the full story. They don't want to say who was actually going to Epstein Island, because it wasn't Donald Trump. All right. Donald Trump didn't write a little birthday card, but evidently this birthday book that they were touting does exist. And there's all kinds of people that evidently did little birthday cards for Jeffrey Epstein. And the media's like, hey, can we see that birthday book? And Trump's like, sure, let's see it, because I didn't do it. So keep it up. Keep it up, guys. Keep it up. It's only a matter of time because Trump caught you all. Okay, let's have a little laugh at the expense of a terrible person. One, Jasmine Crockett, a girl who is really feeling herself, you guys. Representative Ratchet, as I call her, from the great state of Texas. I'm not saying she's an idiot. She's not stupid. She got elected to Congress. She has a little sass to her. I can't be mad that she, gives as good as she gets. I respect that in her, actually. And, if we've got Marjorie Taylor Greene and Lauren Boebert, they've got AOC and Jasmine Crockett. I can't be mad at that. They're kind of the same animal. I respect the chutzpah, all right? And so Jasmine Crockett has been getting a little too big for her britches, okay? Which is not surprising with an egomaniac of her ilk, all right? So this is a very funny article that Blaze did. Blaze said, Jasmine Crockett tries to kill Story, portraying her as brusque, self-absorbed, and frustrating her to her fellow Dems. Now, this is an article written in The Atlantic by Elaine Godfrey. And it's mostly a flattering story, like, oh, she's so great and she's so smart. But there's an undertone of it that this woman is super annoying, okay? And like Democrats are starting to talk about her. Here are some of the nuggets that Elaine Godfrey pulled out. Basically, Jasmine Crockett is a what's the word I'm looking for? She's an egomaniac, all right? She's the black AOC. And she let it be known to Elaine Godfrey that during her big speech to talk about how ICE is basically the Gestapo, she's like, listen, it got 797,000 views. And Elaine Godfrey goes, which she told me about herself. Little stab there. Here are some of the nuggets from this article here. Senior staffers told the news outlets that other Democrat lawmakers view Crockett as, quote, undisciplined, but are reluctant to criticize her publicly because she's black. One of the staffers told Godfrey that Crockett, quote, likes to talk, adding that she can sometimes be a loose cannon. Yeah, you don't say. Does that cause headaches for other members? 100%, the staffer remarked. The Atlantic reported that several days before the article was scheduled to be published, Crockett called to pull the plug on the piece, claiming she was unhappy that the outlet had contacted other lawmakers. So this heifer tried to get the story pulled, tried to get a story that basically, fluffed her up for 90% of the time. The 10% or the 20% that was critical of her, she's like, no, you better pull that. You're a racist. I cannot, this is just, it's too funny, you guys. And it could not happen to a nicer piece of ghetto trash, I have to say. Okay, finally, here's a funny story for you. So if you've never been on Bluesky, Bluesky is the leftist alternative to Twitter that was started after Elon bought X, okay? And the leftists were like, we're going to take our dollies and go home because you're not censoring people, and they just couldn't stand it. So they go to a platform that is, censors people. Like, let me just put it this way. I lasted on Bluesky about 20 minutes until I was completely suspended. Like, I think I created 2 accounts that were kicked off very, very quickly because you're not allowed to come at these leftists. You're just not. They want a very safe space. They want the safest of safe spaces. So it is no surprise that left-wing rags like the New Yorker, Washington Post, LA Times, New York Times, et al., etc., they all have accounts on Bluesky, okay? Now, I was on there just a few hours ago, and I came across an NPR story. So NPR, of course, was summarily defunded last week. And I'm sure there's going to be some left-wing judge that's like, no, you can't do that. But for now, they're defunded. And the head of NPR is quitting, and it's just like, I guess it's not going to be so much fun anymore when you have to go and, hustle for dollars like everybody else. So this is the headline they put out, okay? And I'm going to read you the headline, and then I'm going to read you their little Bluesky post. Okay. Journalism in America is in crisis, period. Newsrooms are closing, period. Misinformation is rising, period. Public media is one of our strongest defenses, period. And so this is the post they put out, all right, on Bluesky. Congress eliminated public media funding, and the president signed it into law at a time of deep division that you guys caused. Public media brings us together. Help keep it strong. Join our monthly donors today. Y'all, the blue-haired lesbian freaks on Bluesky, the liberal white women who populate Bluesky, the cat ladies are not having it. So some of the responses have been chef's kiss, because it's like none of these people have any money. And they're like, we're not going to dig into our pockets to help fund you guys. We're going to act like that you're some right-wing rag, and you should have done better. And then maybe you would get us to help you. So here's some of the responses. Guess that both sidesism bit you right in the ass. Take a real stand and I'll donate. And then there's another, forget about donating. I don't even listen anymore for well over a year. I don't need that both sidesing, fascist normalizing crap in my house. NPR can get bent. Oh wait, they are bent in a right-wing direction. I mean, it goes on and on, you guys. So NPR thought that going in the leftist cesspool of Bluesky, the people who will, until the day they die, until every single news outlet is loses their license and is proven to have worked with the Obama administration and the deep state to invent the Russia collusion hoax and, the COVID crap and everything else. after they are all defunded and after they are all losing their license and the leftists wake up one day and are like, where'd our news outlets go? What's happening here? They will still cling. They will still cling to this idea that they are right. They are right, and it's just a matter of time. It's just a matter of time until Trump and the rest of us Nazis are frog marched out of the country. And, we're going to have everything brought to light and they're going to be proven right. I cannot express to you how much schadenfreude this is for me that NPR has to go on Bluesky and basically sing for their supper. There's really nothing better than that, ladies and gentlemen. All right, that's where I'm going to leave this video. Let me know what you think down below, and I will see you in the next one. I will be done. Bye.